Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. This is Anthony. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today I'm about to start going ahead and reviewing your guys' accounts. Now I want to go ahead and start off this video just by saying that if you want me to go ahead and review your account, this is the steps that you need to take. You need to join my Facebook group. I will leave the Facebook group link in the description of this video, and that is the only place where you can go ahead and sign up to actually have your account reviewed by me. If you leave a comment on this video that just has your Instagram handle and saying to review it, I'm just going to delete it because it's not the way I go about it. I do it for people who are, you know, actually active on my platforms and stuff. So the way how I do it is in my Facebook group, I make a post and I say, hey, the first 3, the first 4, the first 5 people that comment, I'm going to go ahead and review your account. And once those 3, 4, 5 people comment whatever I say, then we go ahead and we cap it right there. So it's people who are actually doing this, people who are part of the community, and those are the people that I want to help. So if you want your account reviewed, go ahead and join the Facebook group link in the description. With all that said, let's get into this. So this here is our first account. This is Mystery Mindset. As you guys know, this is the third account reviews video that I'm doing now, so I don't really take a look at these accounts beforehand, and if I do, I will say so, but every time I just type these in and then I go ahead and I get what I get. I don't really do any type of background research, so just by looking at this account, obviously this is a quotes page, this is motivational, and all of that. So I always like when I see stories, and I like when I see pinned stories, because this normally means that you guys are pretty serious. So I'm going to go through all of these real quick, and you guys can go ahead and see it too, and just see what all this is about. So, secret. Okay, so a little bit motivational posts, tip of the day, DM your thoughts, fun facts, our new logo. I like the polls. I like that this is really good right here. Is the logo better than previous one? I like this because people feel like they have a say in your page. People feel like they have a say in your content. Doing this gives somebody the illusion of control, which people like. It really makes them feel immersed in the community. This right here is really good. A lot of people don't use polls. I don't know why. Polls are so effective. Everybody should be using a poll somewhere. I love this. Little notes in the phone. That's good. What's this? All right, go through this. All right, nice stories. And that's for your daily stories. That's good. Okay, so we got life insights. Perfect. Love this. This is good stuff. Yeah, these pinned stories are real important because when someone comes to your page, the first thing they start consuming, other than, like, they're going to look at your feed and see if it's good content. And sure, some people will look at that first. But I know me, maybe it's just me, but I am always looking at the pinned stories first when I'm discovering some new people. This is good. Inciting community, our family. I love that it's our family, making people really feel like that. Plus the polls. Got books. Awesome. This is a well set up page. Man, your name is amazing. I love the name. I love the logo. Mystery Mindset, it's hard for me to really think of what Mystery Mindset could be, but it flows smooth. It sounds good. You have a dope logo. And once I get here, everything makes sense. So I love this. Looks like for growing this page, honestly, for quotes pages, if you guys just want the honest answer, for quotes pages, the best way to grow quotes pages is shout outs. That is 100% the best way. Networking, S for S, shout out for shout out, paying for advertisements, that is the quickest and probably the best way to grow a quotes page. Sure, you could run some power likes, sure, you could run some DM boosts, you can do stuff like that, but I'm telling you guys, if you want to really grow your quotes page fast, network, S for S, shout out for shout out, pay for advertisements. That's going to be your best bet, and really getting very connected on these pinned stories, because when you're not, it's very hard to get emotionally connected to quotes. Quotes give you short-term motivation, so definitely you're making really good use of these stories here. So you're doing a really good job with this page, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, you know, you're gaining some followers here, and it doesn't look like you're doing follow and follow, so that's good. I would start now to actually invest some money into actually growing this. And I think it'll be pretty set. But other than that, man, this is a great account. Love the pinned stories. Make sure everything is super clean. Make sure that you're always adding and updating the stories. It's always good to update it, and definitely make use of more polls and more interactive features so that people feel like they have a say on the content, a say on the page, and it makes it very community based. So perfect, man. Now let's go to our next page here. So PRW4. PRW4. So this is our next page here. So this page, no wait, this is the wrong page. Sorry guys. PR4W. I got that wrong. Here we go. Okay, this looks a lot better. I was really confused at first. The first thing I was about to say on that one was, holy crap, this needs a lot of work. Where do I begin? Alright, I'm glad I spelled that wrong now. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Wow, man. Is this your pictures? Yeah. Oh, man, these are some sick shots. This is awesome. This one looks sick. Wow. Where is this? That is so insane. Man, you're really talented with the camera, I'll tell you that much. I cannot take pictures for my life like this. These are really cool. Wow. Oh, okay, so your content is good. Your content is down, man. You got the content. Now you just need exposure. So let's come up here. So you got, let's see, you got pin stories. That's good. Let's check out the story here real quick. Okay, exploring. That's always good for travel influencers. Love it. This is all telling the story of where you are. Perfect. I love what you're doing, man. So it seems like you know what you're doing with content-wise. You know what you're doing with all that. And then I'm sure your struggle right now is growing this thing. So let's focus on the growth. For one of these pinned story posts, I'll put images over these just so it looks a lot nicer. So have a cover image for each of these pinned stories. They can all be the same or they can all be different. I would try to match it with the color and filters you use here so it looks very aesthetic, but I'll definitely be putting pictures over these because it kind of looks like a mess without the picture. Visual storytelling content creator, currently in India. This is cool. I would maybe switch your name. I don't know what this stands for. But I would put it as, if you really want a personal brand, you want this long term, I would switch out that name because it kind of looks like spam. Like when I typed that in, I had no clue what to expect. I had no clue if it was going to be a personal brand or anything like that. So I would switch the name to whether it's going to be you as your personal brand, meaning your first and last name, or something that is, you know, relevant to the content you're posting. That is one thing that I definitely think you need to do. And then once all that is set, it would basically be coming down to growth. I think one of the best ways to go ahead and grow, since you're a personal brand and you're a travel account, for cheap ways, for quick ways, I would set up fan pages. So you can go ahead, you can set up fan pages that have some of your content on them, and then they go ahead and they engage with other users. That's obviously the most obvious thing you can do. Obviously, you can do automation on your main profile, but I don't like to do that. You guys know my stance on it. It's just not the best way to go, and it's a bad look. If your goal is long-term sustainability and long-term leaving an impact on people and generating actual, real, returning customers, not just one-time buyers, but returning customers, follow and follow just isn't really the thing to do that. Like, you can make sales with follow and follow, but you're not going to build something sustainable with it, because, you know, people have this weird mindset. Like, you have to understand, people aren't on Instagram like we're on Instagram. We're on Instagram to grow. We're on Instagram to make money. Most people are on Instagram just to kind of fuck around and just to kind of, you know, basically consume content. So when someone follows you, it's kind of like you're being their friend, right? It's almost like a friend request on Facebook, right? So you follow somebody, you're saying, I'm going to be your friend, and then when you unfollow, it's like, hey, I'm not your friend anymore. So people are like, oh, well, you're an asshole, you know? That's the mindset of a normal person using Instagram. They don't understand the follow and follow. They don't understand what we're doing. They don't understand the work that goes into that. So you have to bear that in mind. That's why I'm so against the follow and follow stuff. So for you, man, I would recommend maybe setting up some fan pages, because it's going to be easy going on in the background. And then on top of that, maybe some power likes on these posts, or some DM groups as well, just to get it reaching more people, reaching more of your audience, and possibly ranking on hashtags and a little bit of Explore, because I think some of this content can definitely rank on Explore. Like, this looks like a really good piece of content. This elephant looks like a really good piece of content. Basically, the viral content will definitely do very, very well. And then on top of that is content distribution. If you can get like an ad made, and then you could start running, using influencer marketing to basically fuel this as your engine, using influencers to repost your pictures. That's what's really going to take your account to the next level. So that's my advice for you, man. Nice account though, man. I love your content. Now it's just all about growing and getting that stuff out there, because your content is on point. So now we're going to move on to the third account. Official. Let's see. Official dot green. All right, let's check this one out. Official dot Greenwich. Perfect. All right, let's check out the story. Well, first, I guess this looks like a vegan page, I would say. Let me read it. Healthy living the natural way, halal, kosher, and veg certified, gluten-free dairy. Okay, cool. So like a health page then. Let's check this out. New post. Love this. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys, where I'm saying to advertise your new post on your stories, basically as a form of a DM group. This is what I'm talking about. So it's a story advertising the new post. People see that, then they're going to come back to the profile, and they're going to see this new post, and they're going to engage on it. Okay, that's the stuff I'm talking about here when I'm talking about advertising your new post on that type of stuff. I'll go through just some of these pinned stories here just to kind of see. Cool. I like that you putting yourself onto the profile, so it's a little bit of personal branding. Let's see this. If I just go to your website, just so I see what you're selling, what services you offer. Okay, so you guys are selling these products. Okay, cool. So you guys are basically a supplement company. Okay, so you have 1,890 followers, 131 following. Your content is good. Your content's good. See, I like this. These aren't really viral pages. These are the pages I really like to do because the viral stuff, it's all the same. It's all about, DM groups, viral content, all that stuff. This is pretty cool. Basically, with a page like this, your content is good. It's all about making an ad and then just content distribution. You need to make a winning ad, whether that's for actually running Instagram ads or going ahead and doing influencer marketing ads like shout outs, promotions, stuff like that. And once you have that winner, then it's just how much money do you have able to invest into getting the content out there, because the content distribution what is really going to go ahead and grow your page. Stuff like this, like pages like this, they don't go viral. The brands that are built on Instagram, you got some brands they do follow and follow. You got some brands they do, this $1.80 strategy stuff. But the real brands, if you look at the $1 million brands on Instagram, if you look at brands like Iconic, if you look at brands like MVMT, if you look at brands like Sunny Co Clothing, the reason why they're so successful is because they're not afraid to test. They're not afraid to put money into ads. They're not afraid to put money into shoutouts. They're not afraid to invest. So that is what, and I don't know what you're doing on that end. Maybe you already are. But that, for one, is going to increase your followers. It's going to increase your sales. Basically, the more traffic you can get to your page, if you're already making sales to your page and you already have ROIs and you already know your numbers and all that stuff is set, then now all it's about is investing money to get more people to your profile. The more you invest, the faster it's going to happen, the more money you're going to make, the more followers you're going to get. You could do stuff. You could get really creative with it. Like now it just comes down to creative strategy. Do you want to run a giveaway and have a giveaway promoting this stuff, giving away something so you can collect an email list and start building your email list? Do you want to just, run this ad that is like, promotes healthy living and it's really engaging, and then you promote it across fitness accounts and it trickles back to your profile? Like however that is set up, but that's what you need to do. And you can do that with story ads, influencer marketing, anything like that. But basically, you need to kind of have your own ads, your own commercials that you can use for content distribution. Because content like this, it's good content, but it doesn't really get seen unless you're growing like in old school ways, such as $1.80, such as follow and follow and stuff like that. So now I would like really hunker down, get an ad, and start to invest money and start to see your numbers and start to actually make an ROI out of it, start to actually gain 5, 6, 7,000 followers per month, and then just scale and scale and scale from there. But other than that, this looks good. Your website looks like it was set up good. Pinned stories, you got it. You have story posts. You looks like you really know what you're doing. Engagement's a bit low, but again, that'll all come up. Actually, engagement's fine because you only have 1,000 followers. Yeah, so it could be a little bit higher, your engagement. 2 comments, 4 comments. Let me just see this. Repost. Let's see. These are reposts. See, I would be asking questions. If instant way to get more engagement, like this has 0, ask questions. Like that's the simplest way. Ask like, would you eat this? Rate this. What do you think? When you ask questions, you're inviting somebody to voice their opinion. Otherwise, most people just don't. When you ask a question, you're giving that invitation for someone to voice their opinion. So definitely implement questions, and that's a quick way to instantly get your engagement up. All right, so now let's go on to the next and final account. So Andres Orb. Here we go. All right, 285 followers, 191 following. Fashion, menswear, lifestyle, Chicago. Okay. No, sorry. So the first thing I would make your profile picture here, I would make it a little more up close. When you're building your personal brand, you kind of want people to see your face so they can get that attachment, see who you are, and kind of like already be building a connection with you right off the bat. So I'll try to replace that profile picture with something that is a lot more up close. On top of that, you need to be posting stories, man. Like, personal brands are just going to start dying out if you don't get on top of the stories. So post the stories, pin some stories. You need to be telling a story here. And I know it sounds weird, telling a story through the story. So through your pinned stories, there has to be something. So it's like, what are you really passionate about? You know, what do you do? So if you're passionate about fashion, right, then you need to be making like a whole pinned story about quick fashion tips, where maybe it's 10 different pictures about quick fashion tips or fashion hacks or something like that. If it's about lifestyle or about travel, then it needs to be a pinned story that, you know, is showing, you know, your lifestyle, how you live, your travel experiences, stuff like that. I'd have a few different ones. So do one for fashion, do one for, you know, maybe men's tips, men's grooming tips, whatever it is that you do, and then another lifestyle one. And you have all three of those, and now you're effectively telling your story. On top of that, like, I already know, like, you could have pages. You could have a 10 million follower network shout out your account right now, and you'd gain barely anything. And it's not because your content's bad. I mean, your content could be a little better, but it's not because of the content. It's simply because there's no reason for anybody to follow you. Like, there's no reason for me to follow you. Your bio is too short. Like, it's just fashion, menswear, lifestyle, Chicago, but I don't know who Andre is, right? I have no clue who you are. You need to be telling your story in the bio too. All this is just a story, right? People only follow you if they're going to connect with you. If somebody can't connect with you, they're not going to follow you. So tell your story, craft your bio, actually get this all going right, and simply get better at your content. And then when you're ready to grow, I have tons of videos on growth that you can go back to and watch. But to prep for this, get a new profile picture, make it up close, craft your bio to actually tell a story. Why are people going to follow you? What do you do? Have pinned story posts. There's content there for people to assume, and start posting content as well. Normal feed content, and get better and better and better at it, and post more of the pictures so you get better and your feed looks overall good. It's going to be a super good highlight, and you know, by the time when this is done, you should be able to say, Anthony, go check out my profile now, and this should look completely different. This whole profile should look completely different with pinned stories, a better bio, a new profile picture, and stories and everything like that. So I guess my best advice to you is to actually get active on this account. Then once all that's set up, then you can get a shout outs from 10 million follower accounts, and you'd actually gain followers. But right now, this is not optimized to gain followers. This looks like just a personal account. It looks like just your average account on Instagram that, like, you know, you'd share what you ate for dinner. So I would say just start taking it more serious, make those steps, and then you're going to be ready for the growth. I wouldn't focus on growth at all until all that stuff is done. All right, guys, so that is the 4 accounts we have. Again, if you want me to review your account, you can join our Facebook group. I'll leave that link in the description. Hope you guys took some massive value out of this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, make sure you drop it a comment. With all that said, guys, keep grinding, keep hustling, and I'll see you all on the next video.